Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and Carl. Welcome back to the Z2H podcast. I am your host, Denny Dumas. Tonight on the show, very impressive young man, Wil Yuarata. And I did ask him how to say his last name, and that is correct. I did practice quite a few times. Moved over from the Philippines in 2010 and has now started a creative media company called Blrrd Creativ. They basically build brand, make content, video, photos for branding. We kind of chat all things from his business to his upbringing in the Philippines to Bitcoin, because I know nothing about it, to social media and podcasts and all that kind of stuff. He's a very motivated, creative young guy, and I hope you enjoy the show. Carl,
What's up?
before the show today, we were talking about Bitcoin
Yes.
and blockchain. Our guest tonight, Wil Yuarata. Correct me if I pronounce your last name wrong.
You're doing good now.
Do you know anything about blockchain and Bitcoin?
I do. I actually
We found our guy. Yeah.
just a little bit. When it was about to it was rising before, and people making a bunch of money and stuff. I was at the latter part. I made a little bit, but by December that I don't know what year was it, 2017, 2016?
Yeah,
I got
somewhere around
2017.
there.
Yeah.
That was the peak of it?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a peak, and then December is going down. I was I sold everything. I don't want to lose my money. But I made a couple, and now I'm waiting for it to go back up, but it's kind of stagnant right now.
Did you do much research on it, or you just saw cryptocurrency as being a new investment idea, or did you do a lot of research on it?
I kind of a little bit. Yeah, I was reading stuff about cryptocurrencies before and stuff. It's an amazing technology. First off.
Can you attempt to explain it to me?
Okay, so I guess it's with back in the day, when the recession in 2008, 2009, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's how it started, with this Satoshi guy.
Just try to talk right now.
Oh, sorry, yeah. With the Satoshi guy, who nobody ever know who he is.
Japanese guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he kind of started blockchain and stuff like that, where there's no, what do you call that? Not like banks that, they kind of hold your money, and you just pretty much it's a transaction between person to person.
Right.
There's no third party. That's the biggest thing,
There's no third party.
right?
You don't pay extra, payment and processing of transactions and stuff like that, right? And it's fast too. That's the goal.
So what was this guy's goal in creating it? Just because he was pissed off at paying bank fees?
It was just amazing technology. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just there's.
How did he get paid from it then?
He sold his shares that he had. He created it, right?
He created
So he
it.
just gave himself 1 billion shares.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing though. So
Did he
nobody
own
knows
100%
about him.
of the shares at the beginning?
I'm not
And
100%
what's
sure.
floating
I
around
don't
now
know.
is what he...
I'm not sure if he created it and just started slowly selling it off and to support himself. But I don't think he ever owned 100%.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So.
Go ahead.
Well, I guess that's the thing though. It's crazy how people doesn't know about this guy yet until now, and what his motive about creating everything. I guess he created it for good. Unfortunately, people they found a good investment about it and made it their own stock exchange where you can do IPOs and stuff like that. So what happened was Bitcoin before, when you do transactions, if you want to take your money out, you gotta pay this much money because of the the computing power that these miners are spending money on electricity and their computers and stuff. So you have to pay more.
So there is a little bit of a fee, right? The miner's fee.
There's a fee, yeah.
Just because it requires energy for computers to solve the complex math equations to verify the blockchain.
And this guy, sorry, I forget his name. What's his name?
Satoshi Nakamoto.
put those algorithms in place?
Yes.
Yes,
He's a pretty smart guy.
Yeah.
he is. He's a genius.
Was he known for anything before that?
I don't know. That's a good question. Let me check.
And there's like
Nobody
hundreds
knows
or
about him, that's the
thousands
thing.
of new cryptocurrencies all the time.
Yeah. Off of his technology kind of thing.
Yeah,
Did he sell technology to people, or they're just creating their own now?
Just
it's like an
creating their
open
own.
source. Yeah.
Yep.
So
It's open, so people can see the algorithm?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
mm,
Don't people try to hide that technology usually?
I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe someone just got it somehow illegally on the black market.
And then
well,
sold it.
that's what most people use it before. It's for the black market, because since the government can't track who owns the money, you can easily launder money through cryptocurrency, because you're the only one who has a code or has a key with, in your like wallet. That's what they call wallet. So that's the reason why they had it, because like with banks, it's centralized. The government can see your transactions and stuff
Right.
like that. With Bitcoin, it's all private. And
So there's no data on who owns what specific serial number of Bitcoin?
no,
No, I guess there's just one copy of it, right?
yeah, you own like they can't see what your transactions are and stuff like that.
So how does it work when you buy some? Because, okay, whatever, how much is it now? $5,000 of Bitcoin or something?
Yeah, somewhere around there. It just
Mm.
jumped today.
So let's say I want to invest $500.
Yeah.
I'll get 10% of a Bitcoin.
Well, you have like 0.000345
Yeah.
BTC.
BTC, yeah. 'Cause-
I'm so confused.
Well, it's just a fraction, right? It's just
It's
a
a
decimal
fraction.
number.
so if you want to
Okay.
buy one Bitcoin, then you have to put like
But
$5,000.
like you said, if you $5,000, it'll be one Bitcoin.
One Bitcoin, yeah.
But you can buy percentage of Bitcoin.
You
Yes.
could, yeah. So that's what he's talking about, like 0.001 or something
You
like
can
that.
buy
It's
a
just
dollar of
percentage.
Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So you get the serial number, or you get a number.
So first you have a wallet, and that's
Okay.
where you store it.
Yeah.
And you're
Don't
just
look at me like I'm an
transferring
idiot,
numbers.
Carl.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna show
We're
you.
all having a good time here. Dude, honestly, it's so complicated. It's crazy.
Okay, but that's the thing I was talking to you about, is that I've heard people on other podcasts talk about it who are
Mhm.
supposedly knowledgeable about the whole cryptocurrency world.
Yeah.
And I don't understand a thing after listening to them talk about it. So does anyone really know like what's going on?
I don't know, but there's
Or
so
how
many.
crazy powerful it is?
There's so
Actually,
many. That's the thing. I don't think so. There's so many different uses for it. And
That's
it's
the thing,
also
though. Yeah. It's not just the cryptocurrency alone, it's the technology behind
Mhm.
it, right?
like it's super good for record keeping too. So like it
Yeah.
could be implemented in hospitals and stuff like that because you can't alter the original. So you
Yeah,
can't, it's
that's
hard
right.
to document, fake it.
So,
guess.
like, even with the, for example, piggeries too, like, they can track from, like, when the small pig, like, when they raise it, and then all the health, like, when it got sick and, like, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then until it got sold in the market. So they have a record of it. And so if there's a record of, like, whatever kind of disease it is, like, they could easily track which meat has, like, been affected and stuff. So it's like, that's the power of the blockchain technology. So like right now they mostly use it to like even transferring money and stuff. It doesn't need to be Bitcoin, they just nowadays you just use blockchain because it's way faster and way cheap. Or even the accounting stuff, like anything.
I need to do some
Yeah.
research.
But like the thing is, like there'd be so many like people can just create their own IPO, right? Their own coin.
Mm-hmm.
So for like $5, you'd get like 20,000 shares or whatever. If enough people bought into it, like it would change by thousands of percents over a day, right? But then you can lose everything too.
Yeah. It's like playing the stock market too.
Yeah. And a lot of coins just disappear and you never see
It's
them
crazy,
again.
yeah.
And then like and they just get dropped.
How do they disappear?
People just don't stop using it completely.
Even though they have real money in it.
Yeah. Like, do you know what it's I forgot what it's called. Like the one in Vancouver, like
Oh, there's so many.
what's his name again? The one who died?
We were talking
Yeah,
about
you were
it.
talking about that
Quadriga.
Quadriga,
Yeah.
Quadriga 6, like that guy
Crazy.
died last December, and he's the only one who has the key to all, like, because Quadriga CX is like a trading company for like IPOs, like for Bitcoins.
So it's like a stock
Like-
exchange kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a stock exchange.
But then lots of people keep their money on the website, which
yeah.
you should never ever do.
Yeah. But that's the thing. In Canada, for you to withdraw your money from from blockchain or from like trading in Bitcoin, you need to have Quadriga CX. Because this is the only one that's allowed to withdraw money from here. Like
with banks.
Yeah, because I have Coinbase where I normally do my trading before, but you can't take the money out if you're from Canada. So I have to transfer my coins to Quadriga CX and like withdraw it from there.
And they probably charge you fees for that, right?
Yeah. They charge you fees. So some of my friends lost a bunch because they kept their money there. And this guy died, and he's the only one who has a key and a code to the...
Isn't that crazy?
Which is crazy.
What is a key?
Well, access
that's your pass for you to open...
For the storage.
Yeah, for the storage.
For the wallet.
He just has a password that he didn't share with anyone?
No, yeah. And he just died. Which is... There's a lot of people lost their money.
It's unrecoverable?
Well, unless they find him.
Yeah. Because there's the thing about blockchain. It's so hard to, unlock it. There's no way for you to unlock it.
So is the story people think that he just like took off and
it's happened before.
Now has the money? And
Mount Gox was another one.
Mount Gox, yeah.
It's just that people just disappear. That's why you never hold your money on these websites.
Yeah.
You just like buy a cold wallet, so it's like a physical thing, and you transfer all your bitcoins and everything on that, and it stays encrypted.
A physical thing?
Yeah.
How do you get access to it then?
So it's like a USB kind of device thing.
What if you lose that?
That's the thing.
You lose all your money.
Yeah.
No. So you can't store it on your computer or something that...
You can, but it's risky. What if your hard drive dies, right?
Or people steal your computer.
Someone hacks you.
Yeah. So that's why they store it in a USB.
There's no secure way to do it.
The best way would be to buy like two cold storage wallets and then hard copy them. So if you lose one, you still have another one.
Yeah.
And put it in a bank vault or whatever. That's the one way.
It seems so like barbaric almost. Like old school.
It's because it's still so early. That's why.
A physical thing in a bank vault to save it.
But I think that's gonna be the future, though.
Really?
Yeah. It's eventually in the future, people will find out that it's like a .com bust too before, right? Like with the internet boom, it busted and like now it just went back up again with technology and stuff.
And
now,
so many big companies are investing in blockchain. Like there's got to be a reason for it, right? Like Amazon, like so many big companies.
Yeah.
Lots of high-profile people in the world are involved with developing it too. Yeah. So there's something behind it.
Fuck, there's a lot of knowledge in your head, Carl.
Thank you.
We need to start unlocking this stuff. That's why you have a mic now.
He's a genius.
I could be making it all up. You don't know.
Yeah, but I believe you. I don't know.
Nice.
It seems sketchy. I'm not going to go home tonight and buy Bitcoin, but I'm super curious now.
Probably is the best on buy Bitcoin because it's pretty low right now, but I don't know if you're going to make money off of it anytime soon. Because it started before when I jumped on it, it was about 3,700 and it went way up to like 2,100 Canadian. It's crazy.
2,100 or 21,000?
21,000.
That was the max, yeah.
Yeah, 21,000, and just after that, it just started going down.
People like got second mortgages and stuff to invest in Bitcoin.
Oh yeah.
Is that by far
it's
the
so
biggest,
risky though.
Biggest crypto?
Yes, by far.
Yeah.
Was that the first one?
I believe
Bitcoin?
so.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's exactly the first one. It's one of the OGs for sure.
Why did that one get so popular?
Bitcoin was the first one.
It was?
And then after that, followed by Ethereum and Litecoin and all this kind of stuff. And then there's so many that followed after that.
XRP, yeah, there's lots. Yeah. But like Bitcoin's been number one forever, and then 2, 3, 4 usually switch around.
And are those ones all losing traction too?
No, there's a few other big players that kind of keep up with
Ethereum
Bitcoin.
kept its Ethereum's pretty good.
It's a big Russian one.
Yeah.
Litecoin's been around too.
Well, because that's the thing though, like the technology behind Ethereum, people still use it in their companies and stuff, so they don't actually lose a lot of value. But like with small players, they're like, it's either they're out of market now or I don't know.
Do you ever see it as like a daily trading currency?
Some people do, yeah.
Yeah, I did use
do you think it'll be a common global currency?
I think so.
Eventually?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
It's like doing a day trade in the stock market.
But will there be thousands of different ones?
There's a lot.
Or will it be like a global
a centralized
group?
No, that's what we're trying to stay away from, right? So there's going to be lots of different types.
And in the future, are people going to get paid in crypto for their careers and stuff?
Maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe.
That's the thing. We don't know.
Yeah, that could be a future.
So is that going to be like a selling feature of an employer? Being like, hey, we pay you in this currency.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about that is like the government doesn't like it because they can't track
How
your
do you
money.
tax it?
They can't tax you. There's no way for them to figure out how much you're making and stuff.
So we're nowhere near that actually becoming
Probably
reality.
not.
But like RBC has bought Bitcoin. Like the banks are investing in
They always, yeah.
cryptocurrency too.
But if the government can't track it and tax you on your income,
Mm-hmm.
how would that ever happen?
I don't know.
They just rely on you like declaring your Bitcoin wallet and stuff, how much you have it.
Based on my understanding of the government, I don't think they're ever going to rely on the public.
They won't. Yeah, 100%.
They'll find a way, dude.
Yeah. Oh, you only made 20 grand this year? Okay, that's fine. I don't think so. All right, let's move on. Will,
Right, let's do this.
tell us a little about yourself.
All right.
All I really know about you is that you were born and raised in the Philippines. Did you move to Vancouver in 2010?
You moved to Vancouver, yeah.
Because of the Olympics? Were you here for the Olympics?
Dude, like I missed that one.
Oh, did you?
I came
Oh,
here
no.
like July, and I guess my mom wanted to have us by February because it's the Olympics. Right? Is it February or March?
It was 2 weeks in February, I think.
Yeah, but like we didn't make it, so yeah, it was just past Olympics. I'm like, oh crap, we missed it.
Yeah.
But it was fine. At least it came here summertime. I didn't have to adjust a lot.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of like, what was it, 25 degrees? And back home it's like
we
kind of
usually have
hot
pretty
too.
good summers.
Yeah. So I was
Not like the Philippines, though.
the Philippines is like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets super hot over there. So when I came here, I was like, oh, this is like Philippines too. I mean, you know, it's not cold at all. And then next thing I know, a few months, I was like, you know, shivering and
It just gets so
it's
dark.
freaking cold. Yeah, it's so depressing and dark.
Was that one of the biggest like shocks for you? Was weather?
Some, yeah.
Because I imagine it would be very difficult to move to a completely different culture.
Yeah. Well, the biggest shock for me was like when I came here. I was expecting it to have like a big city with buildings everywhere and stuff like that. And well, I was in Manila, and you know it's like a really busy city and stuff. It's noisy and you know like buildings everywhere. So we'd be like, you know, with crazy people all the time. So came here, I was like, you know, when you're from like a noisy, loud city, and you go to like a really quiet place, your ears kind of like ringing. Because we lived in Surrey, and like there's, you know, in Surrey, it's really quiet in Surrey. So I was like, oh my God, like I didn't expect it to be like this. I thought I would be living in like a nicer city, but I didn't, you know, that's what am I thinking before. I didn't thought that, you know, this is like, for me right now, I really appreciate Vancouver because it's really nice to live here. I mean, I love to live in like a peaceful city, clean, you know, and you know, it's just everybody just. But I know it rains a lot, but you know, it's in summertime. It's like one of the best thing to like, you know, for you to go out, explore nature and stuff like that.
Do people in the Philippines speak English?
We do. Well, that's the thing.
It's a second language?
It's a second language.
Okay.
Yeah, we speak English at school and stuff like that.
So that wasn't really a barrier for
It
you?
wasn't for me, yeah. I was at first a little bit, yeah, because I wasn't used to like the language, but like I get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now, well, it's not the best. My English is not the best, but like I can communicate, I guess. So
better than some people I knew that grew up here. So what are you up to now? Give us a little background on you since you've been in Vancouver. You've been doing photography the entire time you've been here?
Actually no, like we'll kind of give you a background. I started picking up my camera back when I was in Philippines, I guess about 2008, 2009, something like that.
Okay.
And then I kind of started shooting, and then I kind of fall in love with it. And then I came here. I didn't shoot a lot. I used to shoot portraits before in the Philippines, but here when I moved, I don't know a lot of people, so I started shooting landscapes, and I fall in love.
Portrait is just all people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then here, like, I started doing landscape in my first years and stuff. And the city is really nice. Like, there's a lot of stuff to, like, you know, take photos of. And yeah, I mean, in 2011, I guess, I had a thing about video, like a filmmaking before. So I was like, okay, I wanted to step up. Like I wanted to learn video. So I kind of bought like a Canon 7D, which kind of like shoots like really good video.
You know what
So
It's a solid camera. Yeah. DSLR, right?
it's a DSLR too. Yeah, I used to have a Sony before, like the first ever Sony DSLR, and then I kind of switched to Canon 7D, and it was a good.
Canon's
it's a good
good,
camera. Yeah. And then I started shooting my first short film. My brother, he was in advertising back, like he was taking advertising back at home in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So he kind of had like, he kind of know how to edit videos and stuff like that. Like they taught him in school, and then he taught me. And yeah, I kind of asked him to like help me out shoot this, little short film I got. Like, and then I edited it, posted it in YouTube and Facebook. And then the next morning, all my photographer friends were like, "Yo, your video's really sick." Like my kids are like crying about it.
What was the story?
It's crazy. It was about like this guy, because back home before, we used to play with this wooden car, and you just have like a rope on it, you just tow it, and just go everywhere like that. But here I was looking for a wooden car, I can't find anything, so I went to Toys R Us. I'm like,
I think I had one. Do you have one of those?
Yeah, for sure.
I remember that.
That's pretty popular.
I think mine was a train though.
Yeah.
It's like a wooden train.
How old are you guys? So
29.
okay.
30.
So you guys
Carl's
were able
30
to.
now.
Oh, I guess I'm a bit older than you guys.
How old are you?
31.
There you go. Whatever.
Yeah.
I turned 30 in 3 weeks. I'm just
So we
bugging
were
you.
still able to experience those kind of stuff.
Totally.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like, so I found this little Mater car. It's a remote control. So like, oh, this is like the closest car I guess I can, get. So I had this story that this guy is like my brother, not showing your face, just his feet, like towing his car, like, because I wanted to showcase like the city. Like I wanted to capture Vancouver, White Rock, and all those kind of stuff you could see around the city and stuff, right? So so we've been shooting around, and story was like the guy was like traveling with this little Mater, like little toy, and then the rope kind of snapped in the story, and then he just kept going and didn't realize that the car got left behind. And it got like, good thing I picked up that car because it's remote control, and like every time you like steer the wheels, the eyes are kind of like moving too.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, so that kind of made sense in the video, that the car started like being alive, and he just started driving by himself, like looking for his master, but I can't find it. So yeah, we're just shooting around too, and the story in the end, he kind of found this guy. He thought he was his master, but like it was different shoes. And then the guy just looked at him and like ignored him and left. And then the car was like, kind of depressed, didn't find what he's looking for. And then all of a sudden, this guy picked him up, and it was his master. And like, that's the end of the story. It was simple, like, thinking about it now, like it's kind of stupid idea, but like kids love it. My friends were like, dude, like they don't want to eat their breakfast. You just want to watch, or keep watching the video. And
How long was it?
Huh?
How long was the video?
How long was the video? Or when was it?
How long was the video?
It was like about two minutes, I guess, or 3 minutes, something like that. It's not too long. So yeah, and then I posted on YouTube before, like back in 2011. YouTube wasn't like the thing yet. It was just starting.
Those were the early days, yeah.
Yeah. So it got 20,000 views in YouTube. I was like, wow. So
Quickly?
Yeah, it's
Jeez.
so quick. And then I didn't even pay attention to YouTube before, because I was like, screw YouTube. I'm like, I like Facebook. Wish I should have. And then after that, like some of my friends noticed my videography skills, and then asked me to partner up with me shooting weddings and stuff. And then after that, it became history. I've been shooting weddings for like 5 years, which it was. I liked it at first, but like in the end, I felt like it wasn't for me, because shooting weddings, it's not as easy as you think. You know,
I think it's not easy at all.
it is not. It's like a lot of work.
First, it's like a crazy day.
Oh yeah,
Right? There's a lot of planning probably beforehand.
yeah, and
And then
most
it's like
of the time
an 18-hour day of shooting.
it is.
It's so long,
Yeah.
right?
Plus, the worst part is the editing part too, because there's a lot of footage that you have to edit. Yeah, and people would think like, oh, well, you guys charge this much. Like, if you think about it, it's not actually that much. It's actually low too.
Based on how
the
many
amount of
hours you're
time.
putting
oh,
into it.
yeah, yeah. And like, I like weddings. Like, I admire people who shoot weddings, but for me, I guess it wasn't the thing that fulfills me, because I can't be like as creative as I could in a wedding day. I mean, shooting weddings, like we just go with the flow.
Kind of just have to do what the bride tells you to do.
Yeah, or like you know, whatever their schedule is and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So I can't just really like create my own creative stuff. So
How many
yeah.
weddings do you think you shot in?
Oh man, there's
5 years?
a lot. I guess I'm not sure, like maybe more than 20 and stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you have any crazy stories from weddings?
Oh,
Like either a really bad speech or like
there's a lot of bad speech.
Yeah.
Dude, like
or like something crazy that a bridezilla said to you.
the crazy one was there's the last wedding we shot. Like it's one of the most fun weddings I did though. Like last year, because I stopped shooting, but like that's the only wedding I did. They were just having fun. That's the only wedding I got drunk before finishing my work. It was like a house wedding.
Yeah.
So they were like just keeping like giving us like drinks, like yeah, drink, blah blah blah. So I was like shooting drunk and stuff like that. They were cool. So I guess that's one of the highlights I have. But like with bad ones, there's a lot. Like I can't really name everything, but like the only thing that I hate is that with the like you give people a discount and stuff like that, and then with the people you give discount to, like they're the one who's gonna ask for way more in the end. It's always like that. So there's like stuff that the camera got, it wasn't stolen. We left it on the road. So we actually have a lot of equipment. We're loading in the car. I kind of left that one and it was gone. And it has like some footages of, the reception, like the speech. So
Someone stole your camera?
yeah,
That would be brutal.
yeah,
One, just losing the amount of money that cameras are worth. But two, just like, I'm sure that day is not really recreatable.
No, yeah.
oh, that's
you'll
the
never
thing,
get it
right? It's
back.
somebody's wedding. Like,
yeah.
it's you can't. Yeah, that's the thing about wedding. You can't create again. If you screw up, then you screw up. But it's the thing, like, it happens, right? You can't really you stay away from it. But that's why we have contracts that if we lose this much, like this gear and stuff,
Right.
we're not liable, and like whatever we lose. But you just feel bad. You just feel bad for the person because you lose the footage. It's their wedding day. Well, luckily for that, we didn't lose the whole entire thing.
It was just us.
It was just a portion of it. Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about social media. You said it's pretty impressive that your first video that you ever posted to YouTube had 20,000 views. Do you still use YouTube often?
I'm not that active in YouTube anymore, but I'm
Are you more photography or video?
right now. Well, because we started this because ever since I wanted to have like my own creative agency and stuff when we were shooting weddings, but like I can't really do it because we've been really busy with like people asking for weddings and stuff. So we stopped shooting weddings for I stopped photography and videography for a year. 2017, I just wanted to do a refresh and stuff. In 2018, me and my best friend Mark, we kind of started Blrrd Creativ. So that goal of that is like to capture or like create contents for brands or like travel stuff, lifestyle. So January last year, we were just shooting every weekend, videos, edit on Sunday night, and then until Monday morning, and I have to go to work looking like a zombie because we wanted to be noticed in Instagram. The only way is to just create content out there, and like it has to be good. So we did it for a month, and then we kind of gained traction, get more followers and stuff, and people kind of started noticing us.
So this was only a year ago.
That was just a year ago.
You were working full time.
I was working full time. Yeah.
What were you doing?
Well, right now I even have that's my job now too. I work as I manage a warehouse in South Surrey.
Okay.
And also I'm in charge for the shipping and receiving. Yeah, I work with a great company, so like I can't leave right away. Like it's hard to leave, but I don't know. We'll see in the end. But like right now, I'm building my own company too, right? So, it's amazing how like we got much traction for just a year, and people started noticing Blrrd Creativ now too, and brands are reaching to us, and doing some work for tourism boards.
That's super cool. A lot of people complain that one, they're not enjoying their job, but two, they don't have any time to like start what they're actually passionate about. So it's cool to meet and chat with people that are still working a full-time job, but they're super passionate about something else, and they're building a business in the off hours, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, every weekend you're shooting on Saturday, you're editing on Sunday.
Yeah.
You're going to sleep, or you're going to work the next day without any sleep.
Oh, well, I'm good with like at least 5 hours sleep. I'm good with that. Yeah. Like pretty much like every day I just have 5 hours sleep. I get used to it now. But like that's the thing, you just have so much time in a day that you just have to do everything, right? I mean, like if you want to be successful in the end, you just have to put time on it.
So you just start your Instagram like a year ago? When the business started?
Just a year ago. So like to answer the question, now at Blrrd, I'm the main photographer and Mark is the main videographer, because we had to split. Like somebody has to be like more on this side and more on this side. So right now I'm just mainly shooting photos, but I also shoot videos. That's the good thing about me and Mark is we switch around. We both are like good in doing photos and videos. But I guess for us, like he's better than me in shooting films for sure. And it's just the skill that you just hone and just practice every day. For me,
is there much training that gets involved in
it's
photography and videography?
There is. Like, well, I'm a self-taught, so just like Carl, I've been working my my style for like 9 months now. It was hard. Like, in Instagram, you just, for you to get noticed out there, you need to have your own style. Your feed has to be consistent. Your colors has to be consistent. So it's, for me, I kind of lean more onto like a kind of moody kind of look. If you see my feed, it's all kind of moody and stuff. And it's
more like, I was noticing that today actually. And it's, I guess moody is a good word, but it's, for me, it's more like darker.
Yeah.
It's like dark blues and blacks are kind of like the background.
Yeah, that's right.
The skies, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm like trying to, because I want it to be different from like everyone else too, right? I know a lot of people like, a lot of people out there have like all the same style. And for me, I just wanted to have my own thing. I mean, I know I still follow, like, the thing is, like, I follow people too, and I just get inspiration from that, and then create my own style. But like building your own style also takes time, right? So it's just about being consistent every day. So even now, I still like edit stuff every day, trying to like learn some new stuff, and then just apply it. And I still post like pretty much like I guess like three times a week. Before it was crazy, it was every day I had to post. But now it's just hard because we're working with brands and we have stuff to edit and stuff too. So I just whatever time I can put into my social media, then I just do it.
Your partner's name is Mark?
Mark, yeah. And then after that, we kind of, there's 4 of us now. There's also Kira. She's amazing. She's our like marketing. She's in charge of marketing. She's also a model. And then the fourth one was Coco. She's our graphic artist and animator.
Cool.
So yeah, so we pretty much have like the whole team: photography, video, graphic design, and then social media management stuff like that. Yeah.
When the brand starts, Blrrd Creativ, that's what it is, right?
Yeah, it's Blrrd Creativ.
What are like the first steps? I'm always curious in terms of like how someone gets from concept to actually a business is in place and we're working on the business.
For me, it was simple. So what we did, I just set 4 goals last year. So what I did is like, I told Mark, okay, the first quarter, we're just gonna put content out there. Second quarter, we should be able to collaborate with, influencers. And then third quarter, we should be able to get paid for what we do. And then fourth quarter, we should be able to travel and get paid. But we pretty much did everything in the third quarter. So third quarter, we were like, we were able to travel and get paid. It was quite fast. It was like, it's just the thing that if you set goals for yourself, and that, you have a clear vision of like where you want to go, and you just follow that one, it's crazy how like everything falls into pieces, and end of the day you're like, oh my god, I actually reached my goal. Yeah, but like it's just the first step for now. Like we're just a new company, we're still starting, and I know we still have a lot of things to like do and more mistakes to be to be done and like learn from it.
In year one, how are you attracting new business? How are you attracting those brands that you're going after?
For now, it's basically, Kira does the marketing, so she's like reaching out to brands and stuff like that. Or through social media is really good. I mean, like especially Instagram, people reach out to us, they see our work. Because like you, they also search Vancouver or like, all this kind of stuff, and then they find us. Yeah. And then, I really appreciate people who likes our stuff and then, reach out to us, and like, if they're the right fit, then we work with them. And I mean, that's pretty much it. Right now, we don't do a lot of SEOs and like, putting stuff there in Facebook. It's mostly word of mouth and social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, who's the right fit for you? Like what kind of brand, person, individual are you going after?
Well, for us, we mainly focus in travel, tourism, and like brands like clothing or like whatever it is. I guess I know there's some stuff that like brands like marketing, because marketing agencies are reaching out to us too, and can you shoot like seminars and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind doing it, but
not as exciting.
It's probably so boring, eh?
I don't want to put it that way, but it's not our style. That's the thing, right? So
it's just less creative.
It's it's less creative. I don't want to sit there and like listen to stuff, and end of the day, it still pays the bill, but like it's, for me, it's always better to like get the right client and do good at it, rather than getting whatever is being thrown to you and like you don't have a passion of doing it. And it's for us, it's all about creating like quality content and bringing like value and like to the business, because like they help us. We wanted to help that business grow too, and like especially with social media, it's crazy how video is like taking off now. Like everybody needs video for their business. And for us, like even if you're like a small business, like or a big one, we just wanted to help out, like creating a good content for you and like showcasing your social media or wherever platform you want to do it, and then get more traffic, like selling your products and stuff like that. Yeah.
Travel is one of the things you like to do, obviously.
Yes. Yeah.
And you can tell by your Instagram, of course.
Yeah.
What are some of the cool places you've been to and shot at?
The last one we've done like is in Oregon.
Yeah, I saw that.
We went to
was that like a deserted plane you shot on? I saw I think one of your models is like sitting on a plane wing.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that's right. So that was like back last year too. we thought it was a plane that crashed in the middle of nowhere, but actually it's not. It's actually this guy. I don't know how he got that plane there, but he built a home out of that plane.
Really?
It's his house. That's where he lives.
That's
and
so
like,
cool.
if you go there, it's just like it's all forest and stuff. Like, I was thinking, how the hell do you bring a plane here? Like, unless it crashed, but like he said, it didn't crash. So I guess he just took it all like into 2 pieces and like put it back there. I don't know. It's crazy. The guy is pretty cool. Unfortunately, when we went there, he wasn't there, but he was supposed to show us the inside of the plane. But yeah, we only had limited time that time. We can't wait for him. So we just shot outside the plane. And then after that, because we had this also, like we had a plane ride after that. They wanted to collaborate with us. It's called NV Adventures in Portland.
Cool.
So they gave us a tour, like a plane tour, and then we made contents for them and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the good thing about being a videographer and or photographer and like traveling. You can reach out to brands and see if they wanted to work with you. If they like your stuff, then you can get free stuff or you can get paid. So that one is like one of the cool places I've been. The second one was the Umpqua Hot Springs that we went last February.
Where's that?
It's in Oregon too.
Oh, okay.
So we were lucky to get there, and it's snowing, and then we had to hike for an hour. It's supposed to be a 50-minute hike, but it took an hour. Snowing bad, so they closed the road, so I had to hike way longer than we were supposed to be. But like when we get there, it was amazing because there's a bunch of snow like in the background, and you're here like in a in a hot spring, like in a tub. Just like I went with my friends. They're all models and stuff, mostly models. So we just
It's a good friend group to be in. Carl. All his friends are models.
well, I guess that's one of the perks of being a photographer too, right?
Fuck.
So
We need to start shooting, Carl.
Get some cameras. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, like they're good friends of mine, and yeah, we just created content there, and it's amazing how people liked it because they don't normally see a hot spring with. Well, I guess you'd see a couple shots with a hot spring and like a bunch of snow in the background, but it's just an amazing experience for me and for us too to be able to get those kind of shots.
Walk me through like, I guess when a brand reaches out to you, let's say clothing company, because that's what you mentioned.
Yeah.
You mentioned one earlier. What is the process like from like first introduction to actual shooting? I'm sure there's like some sort of creative meetings that happen.
Oh yeah,
in planning.
Yeah.
And are they suggesting that you travel and shoot at this specific location, or are you finding locations and saying, I think based on your product, we should shoot here?
It's mostly we find locations and stuff, or like now we're going to Hawaii in May. Like so, the brands that reach out to us, we would tell them like, okay, we're going to Hawaii. If you guys want, we can shoot this stuff in Hawaii, and you guys pay us. And that's how it is. Like pretty much, if we do that, they get more excited because it's just not it's not going to be shot locally. It's going to be shot somewhere else. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like sometimes if the brand is like not from here, then they want us to shoot somewhere else, then we just go there and shoot. But so the process, like we're gonna have, if it's local, we're just gonna have a couple meetings, see if we're the right fit, and then and then after that we're gonna have a meeting again to create a storyboard and stuff like that, like all those kind of planning. And then once everybody agrees, then we just go out and shoot content for them. And then after that, that's pretty much it. They just see, and then pretty much we did always like our stuff, thank God, so we don't need
Are you supplying like models and people to be in the shoots and stuff like that?
Yeah, but well, there's a thing because we have like a
not supplying, they're not possessions, I should say. Are you hiring?
Hiring, yeah.
That's
the thing. We
use.
mostly use our friends too, because Yeah, well, I didn't had to reach out to other people for now yet, because I have, well, with a group of friends that we have, there's a bunch of models too, so we just tell them like, okay, yeah, we're gonna shoot this and stuff, and then they just get a portion too, like whatever we make. And Kira and Coco, which is a part of the team, they're like models too in Instagram. They're pretty big. So
Kira's a good-looking girl. I've seen her on.
oh yeah, yeah. She will pretty much use her and Coco and their friends Elaine and Kat, wherever it is. But yeah, that's a good thing because we have our own group of friends, so the brands doesn't need to hire or like pay someone else anymore to model unless they specifically need, this kind of model. So they just supply
specific demographic or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, it's good that you're able to work and play with your friends at the same time. Makes the work a lot more fun.
Totally.
Yeah.
I get to work with Carl all the time.
See? Yeah.
We always have a good time.
Carl and I went to high school together.
No way.
Yep.
Well, that's good, man. You guys are still together now, working and
he has a better beard than me, though.
Huh?
He has a better beard than me.
I can see that.
You're not using the products correctly, dude.
I know. Carl gave me some beard oil for Christmas.
The secret stuff.
And I said, I don't think mine's long enough to need that.
I wish I can grow a beard, but with my Asian genes, I don't think it's even possible too. I tried to grow it. It's like a mustache here, and it's bad. So no, I can't.
Do you have any Asian friends that have good facial hair? There's not many, right? For some
not
reason,
many. I can't remember anyone. No.
We should Google Asian guy with good beard and see what comes up.
It's 100% a mixed Asian.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
There's no way you can grow a beard with a pure Asian.
You've been in photography, let's say roughly 10 years.
Yeah.
How's technology, how has the crazy advancement in technology in those last 10 years adjusted your industry?
Yeah, it's kind of wild now. Before we used to shoot these huge heavy cameras and stuff. Now I shoot with Sony mirrorless camera, and it's as good or even way better than some DSLRs out there.
Really?
And it's compact too, and it's crazy how this little camera can shoot 4K or 120 frames per second, stuff like that. Even your phone too, it's crazy how this phone right here now, sometimes I don't bring my camera anymore because
they're so good.
Dude, I don't need a stabilizer. With this is an S10, something like the S10. When I shoot just from this, and even if I run, the video is super stable.
Wow.
Really?
That's crazy.
I shot
has an auto stabilizer or what?
It's apparently
that's the brand new one, right? It just came out a few weeks ago.
Yeah. So the last film, if you look at my Instagram,
I just spent $250 on one of those fucking toggle sticks.
Yeah, those ones. Yeah.
What is that brand?
Oh, I forgot.
Is
it I forget, man.
It's a DH something.
Yeah.
What is it?
That.
Is it a stabilizer?
Yeah.
It's basically a selfie stick. That's a stabilizer.
Oh, so what do you put your phone to?
Yeah, or GoPros or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Mine is a phone
too.
one.
Yeah.
But is it Ogio?
Something like that. I can't. DSR. I don't know.
Is it
it's in my bag over there. I'll show it to you after.
I don't know anything about the phone stabilizer. The thing I wish I can help you out with that. But
you've got the crazy one that you
We have
that, right?
Yeah. We use the Ronin S right
That's
now.
so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do a lot of videos in 4K?
No. The thing is, I wanted to, but my computer is pretty slow to
that's
4K.
Yeah.
They're just huge files.
It's technology limiting right now, yeah. And not many people have 4K monitors, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Not a lot of people watching 4K, right? So we just shoot, and for us, in the videos mostly, we shoot in 120 frames.
Gotcha,
and
right.
Not a lot of cameras now can shoot 4K in 120 frames.
No, that's crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be so much memory, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But so that's why we just shoot with 1080p.
Yeah.
Which is still good. So
if you're shooting in 4K,
yeah,
and people watch it on a non 4K TV, does it just look like regular?
Yeah.
Or does it look worse because it's in a different?
No.
It's
It'd just
a
be
bit sharper.
1080. Yeah.
Yeah,
Still a bit
it'll be
sharper?
sharper. Yeah,
But if you watch it on a 4K platform,
Completely
it's like
different.
it's
crazy.
completely different. Because like if you watch at 1080p in a 4K, it's gonna be a bit blurry.
But even like the frames per second makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Because like regular TV is what, like 25 frames, 30 frames?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So like 120, it's so smooth and it'll look so different.
Yeah, and that's what separates our videos to like anyone else too. Because like, we shoot. For me, I like shooting slow motion because
Right.
it gives you like that kind of feel like the emotion and stuff. So I guess there's a reason why like people always tell us like, I don't know, you guys videos are like different. I mean, not a lot of people shoot in like slow mo, but like I mean, I guess locally and stuff, we just had our own sort of color grading too, and like the music they put on to it, and and then shooting it in slow motion, having the emotions there. So that's what actually gets people to like watch your videos and stuff. I don't know, it depends on the person, I guess.
Yeah.
Some people just like to watch like the fast clip, but for us, we just wanted to have it slow mode and put some transitions in it.
That, I guess you kind of addressed it, but I'm going to ask it anyway. One of the things I was going to ask was like how good personal technology is, like these phones.
Yeah.
And Carl has proven me wrong that my new phone, which is the iPhone 10XS or whatever the hell it's called, is worse than his. His camera's better, but I thought this one was better.
What was your camera?
I have the S9.
Oh, you got S9.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the new one, S10?
S10, yeah.
This is S10.
And that's even better?
Yep. So it's pretty good. And it has the crypto wallet too on it, right?
Yeah, it does. Well, I don't know. It depends, I guess. I mean,
I guess the question was more like, what's your sales pitch when you're meeting with new clients or approaching new clients?
mm-hmm.
And people are just like, well, my phone is pretty good, I can just do it myself.
Well, that's the thing though. Like, even though people can even shoot with like the most expensive cameras out there, right? But skill is a skill.
100%.
Right. So I mean, they can give you like a red camera, like a $50,000 camera, and if you don't know, like, or if you don't have the talent and like what you're doing, like it's just gonna be shitty, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I like the last film I shot was shot on my phone.
Really?
And, yeah. And
so you still use your phone for some stuff?
I just wanted to like test this one and my skills too. So like I shot it using this just to prove people that it doesn't matter what you shoot with or like what gadget you have. You can always make beautiful content out of like whatever you have. Because people always, I see people always ask me like, yo, what's the best camera to buy, blah, 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 and stuff like that. But I don't think about like putting work on like improving themselves first. It's, people rely on like technology and like sometimes they think that, oh, I have the best camera out there, so I would be able to like create really good photos or videos. But there's a lot from shooting. Like after shooting your first photo, it's raw, it's unedited, and people ask me, yo, like, what kind of settings do you have in your camera? Like, I got the lamest settings ever. But
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
it doesn't work like that. It all comes to like the time you put in editing, and then the skills that you acquired over time. So I mean, that's why I tell people you can have us like the lamest camera ever but if you focus on your skills, then that's how people would notice, and like that's how we improve. It's not, you don't rely on technology, you just rely on yourself.
So I sell real estate. Whenever I'm in like listing appointments or talking to sellers, often the question comes up, and it's basically par for the course now. Like, if you're good at marketing anything, really, you're using professional photography.
Yeah.
But people will be like, do you use a professional photographer? And my answer is, I always use the same line, and maybe it's getting old, so I should need to come up with something else. But I'm always like, my Instagram page is pretty good, but I am not a professional photographer. Yes, we use professional photographer. So like, I don't have the skill of the correct framing and then going back home and adjusting the lighting and saturation just enough so that it pops, right? Nor do I have the time to do that. But there's 100% a skill with anything. There's a skill with marketing and selling a house.
Yeah, it's true.
There's a skill with video and photos and all of that stuff.
Dude, you can have the best mics. Doesn't mean you'll have a good podcast.
That's true. You nailed it.
But we do have a good podcast, and
You
we
guys
have
do
the
have
best
a
mics.
podcast.
Bingo.
Yeah. I was listening to your podcast earlier. I was like, dude, this is a good podcast. Because like I listened to
Just because the sound quality?
the sound quality and like the way you guys talk too. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like it's kind of engaging and stuff, right? You know, it's people in some podcasts like would ask the lamest questions ever, and you know, he's like going nowhere. But like you guys are like, you know, you
Just
have
hanging out.
yeah, just hanging
Try to
out,
just
like
make it
just like this.
conversational,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like literally we were talking about Bitcoin 5 minutes before you got here,
That's true.
and I just don't know anything about it, so I wanted to ask you guys.
So like last week, I was like, do you have any like prep question for me? And I was like, you're not giving me anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, like I don't know what to say. But like, you know, like being here right now, I don't need those prep questions because you just
And that's the thing, right? Like I always write down a few like topics just from like scrolling through your Instagram or you sent me a little blurb about yourself. But like I rarely look at it. I more just have it as a crutch. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like jot down a few comments. So if the conversation stalls or you're really boring, no, I'm just, has nothing to do with you. I'm just
I wish
saying.
I'm not
if the
that
guest
boring,
is really
bro.
boring, I just like have extra topics off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But I rarely use them. It's more just like conversational. And then as you say something, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to ask
you
him
pick
about
up
that.
some stuff. Yeah. Which is like makes you a good conversationalist too, right?
I think that is a skill.
It is a skill. 100%.
And it's something that I think I'm getting better at, but it's just like repetition, right?
Yeah.
It's like anything. Your first photo was probably a lot worse than your 10,000th photo.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like, you know, with everything you do in life, it's all about learning and practicing, and you know, as long as for me, I'm a fan of like making mistakes, like bunch of mistakes, and learning from it, rather than, you know, just trying to make the least mistakes you can do, but like in the end you just don't know how to deal with, you know, stuff in case it goes wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm a big risk taker myself, so I learned from that.
When I met, I've never met you before. I just messaged you on Instagram.
Yeah.
And one of your first replies to me, I can't remember, I don't know, we maybe went back and forth, but one of the things you said was, what was it? It was something like, I've never done a podcast. It makes me nervous, but I really like pushing myself to new experiences that I've never done before. So yeah, I'm doing it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
And so like right from that comment, I knew I was going to like you first of all, and you've been more impressive than I thought you were going to be.
Thanks, man.
Even just like, I have a lot of respect for you coming over to a new country and just like building your thing from scratch. It's really cool to see. There's so many people in North America that just complain and maybe are stuck in a job that they don't like, but they just don't have the courage to either leave or follow a passion of theirs or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's so cool to see people that are still working a full-time job, but like doing their side hustle, doing their passion on the side and building that.
Well,
a lot of respect.
Well, thanks, man. Like for me, I guess like, you just, if you really want to succeed in life, you just, you know, you can't complain about everything we have. Like you can't have like, okay, you might not have privileges like what other people have, but like you just have to make use of what you have. And like, you just, for me, I'm big in like relationship building and stuff. So like, I'm really grateful now. Like every time I wake up in the morning, I'm grateful that I live in this country. I have a good life. Like I have a house to live, I have food in my table and stuff like that. And then everything else is just like making use of what you have and building from that. Crap, sorry.
It's okay.
And
I'm on my phone like 24/7, so don't worry about it.
And yeah, I mean, like for me, it's just about just being, you know, enjoying the process. It's not. I don't focus in, like, I have goals in life, but I don't focus on the end result. I just focus on like the journey, like whether I fail in the end or like I make it, as long as, you know, I enjoyed my life and like had fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
those are the happiest people that I've met, are the people that most of the time they're fairly motivated. Most of the time they have some big ambitions that they want to achieve, but it's always the people that are so focused on like the process and just enjoying the day to day, rather than like saying, I'm 25, I want to make $1 million. Like, okay, well, how is that going to happen, right?
Yeah.
You need to actually enjoy what you're doing. The people that are complaining about their jobs, they're not excited about it. They're going to work every day and like half-assing it or whatever. But the people that are like passionate and want to work 12 hours on their Saturday so that they can edit some cool content and grow their brand outside of the other job they're working.
But that's the thing though, like we have a really short life to live, right? We all have like the same time in a day. It's just about you making use of your time.
How old do you think you're going to live to?
That's a hard question, but like
I know exactly.
Probably around 80.
That's it?
I don't know. Like, I don't want to go about 100 because.
What bad habits do you have right now that are going to kill you at 80?
Probably drinking. Like, now we're drinking beer.
That's what is it? Wednesday, Tuesday? I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
It's the same.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't mind living a short life as long as I live it, you know, the way I wanted to and living it happily.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, I would love to live as long as I could, right? But like, that's the thing. A lot of people are like trying to live because they just need to live, and just because that's what the world told them to do. Like, you know, you have to get like a 9-to-5 job, be good at it, and then eventually retire and die. But forget about your passion.
You know what scares me? The word retirement. I can't ever see myself not working. I think I just get bored. That's why, like, I don't know, a lot of like older people you see get retire and just like die quickly.
Yeah.
Because they just don't have any excitement.
Well, you're an entrepreneur, so, you know, you always wanted to build stuff, right? That's like, I guess it's in your blood. Yeah, you get bored, right? Yeah. Like, it's nothing going on in your life. Like, that's the thing about being an entrepreneur, because like you just wanted to build things and, you know, make it better. Whether if you become successful or you fail, you're doing something.
Mm-hmm. That's I think that's the deep root for me, is that I just want to get better.
Yeah.
I just want to be better than yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't really care if I make hundreds of millions of dollars. That's not really goals of mine. It's more just like I just want to keep continuing to get better. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Once you hit the plateau and you try to, like, you know, be comfortable where you are, or like be comfortable with who you are, and like that's when people start to like not doing anything. And like for me, being comfortable is one of the worst thing you can ever do to yourself, because like that means you're not gonna try to improve anymore. So I always try to push myself. Like now I kind of try to do fasting and stuff. People would tell me like, why the hell do you do that? Like, why the fuck do you do that? Like, you're so skinny already. And but for me, it's not about that. It's, you know, it's for me putting stress in my body, and I know it's for a good health benefit too. I mean, people would think that you're crazy. You're not supposed to starve yourself, but like actually, if you like, now there's a lot of research out there that it actually helps your immune system, and, you know, putting a reset in your body and like all the microbes inside, and things like the mental, like, you know, the mental toughness too. Because like imagine not eating for 3 days, or some people even do like 7 days.
How often do you do that?
I kind of do it every 3 months.
And how long do you go?
The longest I'd been was like 3 days. Sorry, I was aiming for like 5 days, but I'm still working on it. It's just water fast, so like you only have water for 3 days.
Only water.
Yeah. Now it's kind of get easier and easier for me. Before it was so hard. But like once you do a repetition, like your body get used to it. So now I can easily fast for like 3 days without even like being hungry. Yeah.
Do you see like your energy and enthusiasm levels go down?
No, it does. It doesn't.
Really?
Yeah, because like the thing is like your body starts to consume ketones, and ketones are like your stored fats basically, and they're like way better source of energy than the sugar that we from the food that you eat.
You've heard of the ketogenic diet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like a lot of podcasts and like big business people always talk about this intermittent fasting that they do.
Everyone,
like Gary Vee does like,
oh yeah,
it's like 1 day a month or something. Like it's not a lot, but he'll go like 24 hours without eating 1 day a month or something. And I don't know, they talk about it all the time.
All the time. Super popular.
I don't see why would it help me? What, I guess you would know.
Well, that's mostly for the intermittent fasting. It's mostly for weight loss and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I guess for the longer fast, it's mostly in like having a like, because we have bacteria in our gut and stuff like that. So eventually the old ones dies, and it creates a new set of microbes inside, which is fresh, and it makes you like mentally tougher. So I mean, like if you do research, just a bunch of like benefits you can get from it.
Because like he said, it resets your gut flora, and there's been a lot of scientific studies that have linked like your brain and your like thought processing to your stomach.
Yeah.
Like recently.
How long do you need to do that, to reset that? What is it? Gut flora?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it depends person to person.
Yeah, it depends person to person. Mostly it's like 72 hours.
That long?
Yeah.
With no nutrients?
No,
Nothing.
just
water.
Because basically your body stores fat. That's the reason why your body stores fat. Because just in case your body needs fat in the end, then you just tap on those stored fats for you to use as energy. And then if you don't have a lot of fats, then it's going to start to burn your muscles.
Do you exercise much?
Yeah, I do. I do exercise.
Do you exercise while you're fasting?
Yeah.
And you don't see
I don't
difference
see
in performance or what, whatever?
No, not at all. Like you would see a little bit, because like for sure if you take carbs in your workout and like you lift, of course you have more energy. But like when you fast, it's almost the same, but you won't be as the performance that you almost do. But like imagine before I was fasting for 3 days, and for the third day we went for a hike. We got lost in the forest for like 6 hours.
Oh, no.
And I was like in my freaking third day of like fasting, and I was like I was for sure burning a bunch of calories and like just tapping on my fats. And then my friend, my Mark, he was like so hungry already, and like he's the one who ate Tim Hortons before we left. Yeah. But for me, I was like, I don't even feel hungry, and like I have so much energy still. Then that's because your body's like tapping on those, like,
just like anything, right? Your body just eventually gets used to it.
Your body adapts. Like the good thing about being a human is like we are like a great adaptation machine. Like we adapt in like anything, like any environment we can, you ever put yourself out. Now people are trying to do like that's the thing that I still working on, is that doing a cold shower.
Yeah.
It's oh man, it's so hard.
My business partner, Jamie, has a pool in his backyard.
Yeah.
Unheated. In the winter, for like 2 months straight, his morning routine was to wake up at, 5:30 or 6.
Yeah.
And go in the pool. He got up to 7 minutes.
Oh.
He would be breaking ice.
One half of the pool had like a thin layer of ice.
7 minutes and nothing.
The first day was maybe like 2 minutes, and he just like kept going and going and going, and he was doing research on like how long can a human survive in water.
God, that's
like,
crazy.
I don't know, 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Like it's just over freezing.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, man. I mean, like, it's good he can do it.
Next level.
That's the next level.
Hilarious. Yeah.
There's this guy too. I don't know how you call him, Iceman. Like he.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. He knows how to control like his core temperature.
Yeah, that's right. It's crazy.
So he can like he survives in like winter storms and blizzards, and it's just all like mental power.
It's all mental power. Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It's crazy how your
Is he doing any
brain.
podcast?
Yeah.
What's his name? Iceman?
I can't.
I forgot his name.
That's his nickname. I'll give you the name.
That's
later.
what they call it on the internet. He's called Iceman. Yeah.
He's some European guy.
Sounds like an American gladiator.
He's kind of old too, right?
Yeah. Been doing it for a while.
But it's insane, like how, like, I don't know if you read books, but like, David Goggins.
Yep. I've listened to a couple podcasts that he's been on.
That guy is crazy too. Like that's, I guess, it's crazy how your mind or your brain can control anything in your life. I mean, like even in your body, like even if you think you can't do it, if you push yourself and like, you just have the right mindset of doing it, you can actually do like if you read his book, it's like nobody can do like what he's done to his body. It's crazy how he can run like 100 miles and have a broken feet and like, everything's like freaking bleeding and stuff, but he's still running. And then it's just all through mental toughness and, like controlling your own mind. Yeah.
It puts things into perspective when you listen to stuff like that. So I listen to a podcast on Joe Rogan, Colin O'Grady. Is that his name?
I think so,
O'Grady or O'Grady? I can't remember. Something like that. I can't remember what the name of this like world record that he set was, but it was climbing the biggest mountain on each continent.
Yeah.
In the shortest amount of time.
Wow.
And so he did it in, I'm making this up now, I can't remember the exact number, like 110 days or something like that.
Yeah.
The 7 biggest mountains. One of them is obviously Everest. And so he was like telling the story of climbing Everest, and it's insane. And
wow.
I think 3 people died in his group when they were going up. It's insane. But the other thing he did that he set a world record for that the majority of the podcast was on because it was more recent was walking across the continent of Antarctica alone.
Oh.
So he's by himself. He had a 375-pound sled that basically just had like food and a tent and supplies.
Is he pushing it himself?
Yeah.
Or does he have dogs?
No.
What?
Oh my God.
He's 100% alone.
Holy. No dogs carrying his...
He walked across the continent, which I think they said was 930 something miles in 54 days.
Jeez.
That's insane, man. Wow.
It's
What's his name again?
Colin
It was one of the most recent Joe Rogan podcasts.
Okay, yeah.
Colin O'Brady.
Brady. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that one. I want to hear this one.
It was really he's a really impressive guy. He was in, I guess, right after college. He didn't know what he wanted to do with his life, so he went traveling for a couple months. And he was in Thailand, and he was like, I guess, in part of this like celebration that the local people did.
Yeah.
And one of the things they were doing, they lit this rope on fire, and part of the celebration was to like jump over the rope. And he jumps over the rope, and his foot gets tangled on the rope, and he burns. He has like crazy burns that covers 25% of his body, and he's in a hospital in Thailand for 3 months.
What?
Oh,
for 3 months. And the doctors told him he's never going to walk again.
Yeah.
And so his mom flies down and is with him for the 3 months that he's there. And his mom's like trying to be positive, saying, okay, you just need to make a goal. Make a goal. And his goal was to do a triathlon. Most people would be like, I just want to like jog or, do something active.
Yeah, triathlon.
He's like, I want to do a triathlon. And now his first triathlon, so he like obviously goes through the process of breaking down a scar tissue, doing a ton of physiotherapy, like a bunch of like holistic stuff. He's like, I literally did anything and everything to try to get better. And the first triathlon he goes in, he wins the Chicago Triathlon.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
The first one.
Oh my God.
And then someone sponsors him, ships him to Australia, and then he's like a professional triathlete that's training all the time.
Holy crap, that's some David Goggins shit too.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. See, like,
then now his like goal in life is to just break world records. So he did that mountain one, which is called like the Adventurers Peak or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. But it was all 7 mountains, all 7 biggest mountains on each continent, and then crossing Antarctica.
Damn.
By yourself.
See what the power of mindset is, right? Like it's just the right amount of mindset, like the right mindset for you to do things, and like sticking on it. You can pretty much do whatever you want. But it's just that people give up pretty easy, especially nowadays, like all the millennials, like we are millennials too, but I mean, we're entitled to like, all this kind of stuff in social media, and it's just for us, it's been I guess, so easy to achieve stuff that like we pretty much like most people just give up right away, you know, and they just didn't want to try after a couple of times of failure.
Where do you get that work ethic from then?
From what? Sorry?
Where do you get that work ethic from?
I don't know. It's just for me, I guess it's just that the thirst of like being successful and like being a better person. You know, I just wanted to be better, like you are. I just wanted to be better than like who I am yesterday. So it's just for like I've been listening to a lot of self-help and like self-development kind of things. So that's how I learned to, and like reading books and stuff. So yeah.
What's like the biggest thing that you've read recently that has stuck with you?
The one that was stuck with me. Oh, you gotta like. This is not really in self-help and stuff, but like it's a story of Phil Knight of Nike.
Yeah,
he's the one who founded Nike.
Shoe Dog.
Shoe Dog is a really good book. And second one, well, not right now.
It's cool to see how many times he was close to failure, right?
There's a lot,
So,
but he never gave up. That's the thing, and like you know, he's never been like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk. They're like, I've read Elon Musk too. He's a really good person, like you know, but I think like in his company he's like savage and workers and stuff, right? Like in his stuff. But I guess that's how it takes to build that kind of industry too, like that no human being has ever like, you know, reached. So I guess.
Do you think, okay, but I think that's an important point. Do you think that's a qualifying key?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No.
That's part of the reason I really like Gary Vee.
Oh yeah.
Do you listen to Gary Vee?
Yeah.
It's just like, he's over the top the other way.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, I just want to be compassionate to my employees. If they want to work 40 hours a week and never talk to me on the weekends, that's great.
Fine. Yeah.
We'll build a role for them.
Yeah.
If someone else wants to work 100 hours and climb the ladder quickly, great. We'll work with them as well.
Yeah. I guess there's two sides. There's two sides of it. Like one side is like you being, you know, like a tough one and having like instilling fear to your team for them to be better. I think it's a good way to like push people. And the other side is like let them do their stuff and, you know, just let them enjoy the process, and eventually they will be more creative and like think more. One of
the things I think about all the time though is everyone has different motivations, right?
True.
So money doesn't motivate everyone.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's work-life balance. Sometimes it's I have a 3-year-old son at home. I just want to go home at 5 p.m. and see my son every day.
Yeah.
Whereas other people want to climb, want to make more money, want to buy that new car, you know, whatever it is. So that's why I like Gary's approach in that, we're on a first name basis now. Is that he's like, I want to find out what's important to this individual and then help them achieve that life that they want.
Yeah.
Whereas like, if you're over the top all the time, I know Steve Jobs has a reputation of being a bit of an asshole to his employees. If you're out over the top, I don't think you're getting the most out of people.
That's the thing. Like, I guess it's just drain their soul too, right? I mean, it's good for you. It's good for your reputation, the company, but like, you know, the amount of people you step on, like, you know, the struggles they've been through, and, you know, it's like you just made a hell out of the person. And I mean, a lot of people admire that in Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
And to them, I guess it's like one of the best approach ever. But like, I don't know. For me, I don't believe in that. Warren Buffett, it wasn't like that. But like, he's one of, you know, the richest people on earth now. Even Ray Dalio wasn't like that. So right now I'm listening to his book. It's called Principles by Ray Dalio.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, you know, you don't have to be douchebag all the time to be successful or like to run a big company. You know, I guess, well, it depends on the personality too, I guess. For us, we're like more of a compassionate kind of person. So we kind of lean into like, you know, Gary Vee and that kind of ethic, you know, work ethic and like, you know, in company. to me, that's why I'm really happy with my like day job right now, because it's like that. I mean, I'm so fulfilled with, you know, everything there. Like, they don't force you to do stuff. They just let me do the things that I need to do. And, you know, they're really compassionate, and like, you know, they just, you know, they just, I don't know, it's just a good, what a culture to have. Like, they have a good culture. Like, in a company, for me, is the best, the thing that I actually look into, like, is the culture. If you have a bad culture in your company, it's just, that means in the end you're just gonna get burnt out, and you know, you're not gonna perform well.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you have such a good culture and good leadership, then your subordinates or like your employees are gonna do extra work for you, right? So it's just, for me, I guess it's just give and take.
100%. I can tell that you are someone who likes to continue to learn just from the comments that you write on your social posts and just like all the little quotes. But where are you getting them from? Are they like self-thought, or are you getting them from podcasts and books
like,
and stuff?
Yeah, well, some like to learn from podcasts too. Yeah, books, and some are just, you know, daydreaming. And
You just have a list of stuff that you just write down all the time?
Yeah.
Because I have so many notes in my phone that are just
Me
like
too,
quotes
man.
that I like, or people I want to have on the podcast, or you know, whatever.
Because sometimes you just have thoughts in your mind and you're like, oh, this is a good one, so you have to write it down. That's what I do. I just write it down, and then once I have like a photo to post, I'm like, oh, could be a good photo to like put this quote on, and like, you know, just put it there.
Where do you find that you have the best imagination for this type of stuff?
I guess.
Would you say it's a specific time, or does it just happen all the time?
Or just
It's random?
Yeah, it's very, like, very random. I guess mostly when I'm like out in nature and exploring stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me
Being
too.
alone.
I've gotten into hiking a lot in the last year.
Nice.
And so that's where I feel like the most at peace and just kind of relaxed.
Yeah.
But that's also the time that my mind is moving the quickest, I feel like.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is
Thoughts
strange.
are like, do you do what do you call that? Meditation?
No.
I guess you should try it.
We talk about it so much on this podcast. Like, a lot of our guests meditate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you willing to try it?
So this is my thought, and
Yeah.
I'm open-minded. I don't like sitting still.
Oh.
I don't like the idea. It seems almost cultish to me to sit on the floor or lie down and just close my eyes and
Mhm.
you know, you see in movies like the you know, the chanting type of stuff. I just can't see myself ever doing that. And I think meditation for everyone can be very different forms.
Yeah.
For me, it's exercise. For me,
Okay,
I feel
so
like my
that's your
mind
kind of
moves the
meditation,
quickest and I think the most, and I don't know, I de-stress the most when I'm like, I try to work out almost every day.
Yeah.
This year I am working out every day. I have a stupid goal that I'm going to work out 365 days this year.
Damn, yo. That's crazy.
I know.
I can't even do that.
I'm doing it. But a workout for me is either or a combination of a run, like a weights workout, or a hike.
Okay.
So one or all three.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, but
It's
I'm
like
doing at least one every day.
You do that? That's crazy. Damn.
So for me, that is meditation. I never call it meditation. I call it like mental therapy for myself.
Yeah.
But to me, I don't see the need, based on what I get from exercise, on having the like structured meditation type stuff.
Mm. Wow.
Do you?
Well, for me, what I had like, I just before, like, I was like you too. It's like the thing, like when you're learning how to meditate, at first you're gonna be like, crazy, I can't do this, because your mind is like going around, like, you know, it's so silent and you can't concentrate. And like with practice and repetition, eventually you're gonna be able to, like, you know, control your mind and like be able to take everything off. Like, I don't know, it's just it's hard to explain, but it really takes a lot of practice to, like, even now I'm still struggling too, because sometimes I would be able to clear my mind and like one thought is gonna come, like I'm gonna be like thinking about a lot of things. But that's the thing, I mean, like, doing that also helps me think about the things that I need to think of. and like ideas that comes to that, that I haven't had thought about before. So I hate sitting still like you. It hurts my back. So sometimes I just sit whatever, like in my bed, as comfortable as I could, and then I just try to meditate.
How often do you do that?
Once a week. I wanted to do more, but like right now it's just kind of hard with, well, I should be making excuses, but it's just that I'm doing work and, working out and doing some editing after work too. So
what do you try to get out of it?
Of meditation?
Yeah.
I guess like just have a peace of mind, like, just being able to, what do you call that? It helps me process things, or like it helps me solve problems easier, and like makes me more calm reacting to like stressful event, right? So before I was like, if there's a kind of stress that comes to like, even sometimes before I was like road rage, like, and I drive, somebody cut me off, I'm like, I get pissed right away. And now I'm like, yeah, whatever, I don't care anymore.
Perspective, right?
Yeah.
It's like someone cutting you off on the street is not going to affect your life in any way.
That's true. Yeah.
It's
as long as you don't die,
thing. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. As long as you don't die.
If somebody cut you off and you die, or like you get into an accident, then it's a totally different thing.
But that's what I get from hiking. So like my favorite part of any hike, I make it a little bit competitive in the summer when there's not a lot of snow, but
yeah.
But my favorite part of any hike is sitting at the top for like half an hour.
Yeah.
Usually I bring a beer, and have a beer at the top. But I just sit there and I'm like looking over the city with these awesome views, and it's just so peaceful.
That is so meditating, yeah. That's
maybe
for sure.
I meditate, Carl. Maybe I'm a meditation professional.
Yeah, you never know, man. I guess you can do that. You were able to work out 365, days a year.
I haven't done it yet.
So
I'm 90, whatever, 92 days in, 93 days in, whatever.
Straight up, 93 days?
Yeah, from January 1st, however many days that is.
Wow, man. I admire you for doing that. I hope you can make it.
Oh, I will
for sure
make it. Even I was like painfully hungover one day.
You still had to do it.
Monday morning or Sunday morning or something, and I just went for like a 25-minute bike ride. So like anything. I just want to sweat every day.
Yeah.
Really, is the goal.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. Like it's very healthy to do as well.
We'll see.
What's your goal out of that?
Mostly just to say that I did it.
Okay.
To prove to myself that I could do it. Because I got really into fitness like 2 years ago, and it started with like once or twice a week, and then it turned into 3 or 4 days a week, and then it was like 5 days a week at least.
Yeah.
And I found the only days that I wasn't working out was like when I went out with my friends or drank too much or whatever, and I woke up groggy, and I'm like, I just need to push myself to get through those days.
Yeah.
And now I'm finding that I have less of those days, which is a benefit too, right?
Because I guess it became a habit too, right?
Totally. I know I have to work out in the morning. So I'm not going to have 6 beers. I'm going to have 1 or 2.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow, man. I should do this too, because I should. Maybe it's going to stop me from partying a lot.
Honestly, I'm loving it, and I don't see there any way unless I like injure myself severely. Really good. But even if I like bust an ankle or something, I'm
figure something else out.
Like find one of those old people hand bikes. You know those things? You just go like this for 20
already,
minutes. Yeah.
How do you call? You do something like that?
I try. I mean, exercise is pretty important, right? Mentally too, right?
Yeah.
Like you were saying, it helps you think, clears your mind. But I feel like meditation is something completely different, because with meditation, you try to clear your mind completely, right? You don't want any thoughts. It's almost like a reset.
Yeah. So
have you ever done that?
I try sometimes. Like if I have troubles like falling asleep and stuff, I'll meditate for a bit. Or
that's
just
try to fall asleep.
Try to get into that state. But it's like Will said, it's tough. It's really hard.
It's really hard. Like you said, like it needs to be a habit. Like it needs to be like lots of repetition for you to get used to it.
Like anything though, right? If you haven't gone for a run in 6 years, you're not going to be able to run very long.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So like you working out, like now is like working out is nothing. It's just, I guess for you, you just wake up and like, I do this.
That's why it's like such repetition to me, and it's not hard for me to run 30 minutes anymore. At the beginning, it was hard to run 7 minutes.
Yeah.
But like, it's not hard for me to run 30 minutes. So that, I think it's just like almost ease that I'm just like thinking all the time, right?
And for Will, it's not hard to fast for 3 days. Same
yeah,
kind of
that's
thing,
true.
right?
Same, like, it's repetition too.
Should I try fasting? I
You
think
should
I'm
try
more
it.
open
I
to
guess you
fasting
should
than
try it.
meditation. Because I feel like I have my own version of meditation.
Yeah. Well, I guess like because everybody's just different, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you think that you can find like that peace when you do this kind of like, certain thing, then you don't need to meditate. I mean, like you're in that kind of state, anyways. I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever works for you.
Are you allowed? Let me ask you this question: are you allowed to have a beer when you're fasting?
No, totally not.
It's carbs and sugar.
Yeah, it's carbs. That's the worst thing you can ever have. Actually,
What about vodka? That's no
vodka,
sugar, right?
no.
I'm just.
I get like the only one you're allowed to is coffee, black coffee. That's it.
You can have coffee.
Yeah,
That would help.
yeah. Or like when I first started, I was like, oh my god, like I can't have anything. Or like you can have salt too. Just a little bit of salt. So that's the only thing I have. My friends are like laughing at me because sometimes that's the thing though. If I do my fast, I need to be away from my friends or like people and go to a restaurant and eat. Like they eat in front of me because it's so hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have salt and just eat salt in front of them. They're laughing at me like, dude, I feel bad for you. But like,
How would you suggest someone start fasting?
do intermittent fasting first,
Like,
like a 16-hour fast. So you basically eat for 8 hours, just a span of 8 hours a day. So I think because like most of the time you're sleeping anyways. So imagine if you sleep like 8 hours.
you can only eat for 8 hours. So what time do
So
people
if you
do? Like
if you
11
have
to 7 or
if you
12
have
to 8 or
breakfast at
something?
7, then your last meal's at 3.
Yeah. And then you just don't eat anything after that. Most of the time you're going to be sleeping anyways, like half of the time you're going to be sleeping, and then when you wake up, you do your workout, do your thing, and then next thing you know, like, oh, it's time to eat again. Yeah. So
I can
do that first.
I can
Don't
do
jump
that.
into 3 days right away because you're going to be like,
It'll be awful, and it'll turn you off of
Don't
it.
do that. I'm gonna
man.
I'm gonna send Will a selfie video on day 3 and be like, "Fuck you, Will. I can't even move." Yeah,
and you're going to be like, yeah, like interviewing someone here and you'll be like,
falling asleep.
it's not even falling asleep, you're going to be like hungry or something. Yeah.
You can hear my stomach growling
Yeah.
in the mic. Yeah,
And we're grumpy too.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't do
I
that.
can try that.
Try it.
Only eat in an 8 hour window.
Now that you listen to Tom Billy, you're gonna try it because he always say about like fasting and stuff too. He does 5-day fasting.
He does 5 day.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
So just water in 5 days. That's it.
And he works out too. Like he works out every day just like you. So
How much weight does he lose in that period?
I don't know, man. Like probably he lose a lot.
For 5 days, you got to lose like 15 pounds.
But
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it depends like how your body's built, right? Because
true.
if you have like lots of fats to burn, then you'll be okay. It won't be that much difference. But if you're
Yeah.
like carb loaded,
Yeah.
right, then it's
Yeah.
gonna suck.
Crazy.
Because I think fats is like 3 times more energy than carbs when they burn or
Yeah.
when they're used.
These are like it's like putting like your body is burning premium gas than
Right?
regular
Yeah.
gas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you prepare yourself for the fast? Like, do you eat more fats to store?
No.
No.
I just whatever. When I decide to fast, I just do it. So just like sometimes I'm like, okay, this is my last meal, or like sometimes it's very spontaneous. Like, okay, I feel like fasting now. I didn't eat for a couple of hours, but I'm not gonna eat for the next 3 days. Yeah, that's just how it is.
How often is it? You said it's like healthy for you to reset your stomach, something,
gut,
something,
yeah.
something.
Your gut flora.
Gut flora.
How often are you supposed to do that?
It depends person to person. It also
Yeah.
depends like your diet and stuff. There's so many factors.
Yeah. Some people just do it once a year. Some people do it like.
I mean, yeah, if you have a clean diet, you probably don't need to do it that much, right?
Yeah,
but if
that's
you're
right.
just eating trash, then your stomach's struggling.
Yeah.
I don't think
Do
I
it.
eat that bad.
Especially your workout. Yeah. You're not gonna
Burn
eat
a
that
lot
bad.
of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just try to burn off the beer.
That's the worst, right? Because it's just
That's the
pure
problem.
carbs, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's the thing. It's hard to stay away from like fear, like, and a drink too, right?
And like the carb heavy diet, like after a few hours, like you feel so hungry.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like that with meat or whatever, or no carb.
Especially if you're in
Right.
keto diet, it's high fat, high protein. So eating high fat, you don't feel hungry, right, like all the time, because it's, you know, fats make you like feel like you're full all the time. So you only eat like less. But I guess it depends on person too.
Crazy.
Some people love their food. Like people love food. Most people love food.
I love food so much.
Yeah.
I just want to eat.
Carbs are always the best foods, right? You got your breads, your
Or
pizzas, anything.
sweets too,
Pastas,
right?
Sugar, yeah.
Pasta
Pastas.
gets me, man. I
Unfortunately, the
love-
best
so
foods
good.
are the worst one to eat. So
We had someone on last night who's a like pretty much vegan. He eats
Okay.
honey is the only thing that's not vegan that he eats.
yeah,
But just like he's just like super impressive.
Yeah.
Like all these recipes, and he spends a lot of time cooking,
Wow.
which is one of the things that I said is like, it seems very time consuming to cook
is.
very healthy.
yeah,
And he said, yeah, that's one of the biggest things to get over. Like eating a normal diet is so easy to go to the grocery store and get like a chicken breast, some rice, and like
That's it,
some
yeah.
greens, broccoli or whatever. And it's super easy, but you got to be creative and spends
Yeah.
more time cooking.
yeah.
But he said he loves it and he feels way better.
That's true. Like
So it's
whatever.
doing something right.
It's like food is like the fuel that you put in your body. Like, you know, it's, some people say that whatever you eat, you become what you eat. You know, I mean, if you eat crap, then
You're
You-
always going to feel like shit.
you
right?
like feel like shit, like think like shit. You know, but like if you eat healthy and, you know, go to like a healthy kind of lifestyle, then, you know, eventually everything's gonna be fall into like right place, because you think properly too, and you function properly. So I don't know, like I can't, well, for me, I don't eat healthy all the time, but yeah, because I drink too. So I mean, but I try my best to like live that kind of lifestyle now, slowly getting into it, because yeah, it's just not a habit is a habit. Like you just have to break it and like make a different, like a new one.
Totally.
So you can't just jump it to like just in one day and you're gonna change right away. You know, it takes time.
I think most people aren't prepared for the amount of time that a big change takes. Whether it's fitness or lifestyle or food or whatever, it's not like an overnight thing and be like, okay, I'm vegan tomorrow. Or like, okay, I'm going to run 5 days a week starting Monday. It
You're
takes
gonna
a
set
lot
your-
of time to like train your brain that like this is the norm.
Oh
now.
yeah. Well, you're gonna set yourself to failure too, because
Yeah.
it you know, you didn't make it as a habit at first, and then eventually you're gonna feel like once you do that, you're gonna feel like shit, because like shit, what am I doing this to my body? I'm gonna go back to my old
your body's
habits.
not ready for any burnout.
Yeah. So you have to do it like step by step until you like what you did in your workout.
There now.
I'm gonna try that one too. I'm gonna try that one.
You're going to do 365?
Yeah,
365
I'm
days?
gonna try 365.
Just do something, right? Every day. Just sweat.
Yeah.
It's so good for you.
It's just like for me, it's like a mental thing that's just like pushing myself to do something active every day.
Yeah, that's
Right.
good.
I don't want to go 4 or 5 days in a row of not doing something because I feel like
Yeah.
garbage afterward.
Yeah.
So
And I
that's
guess
really what it was.
For you, like, if you skip one day, you feel shit, or like, you know.
I'm just not going to do it because I keep telling people on the podcast that I'm doing it. So I have to
Oh,
do
yeah.
it, right?
Oh, that's good, man. So
know.
you're a doer too.
Yeah. Putting pressure on myself.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to wrap up tonight by asking you, what is the big long-term dream for Blrrd Creativ?
Okay, for us, long term is we just want to build a community. For us, we're kind of growing right now in terms of people and stuff, but I just wanted to have it like as a hub for creators, like photographers, videographers, graphic artists, web designers, you know, influencers and stuff like that, and like we'll be able to help local brands, small brands or big brands with their businesses too, you know, creating content for them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I mean, for us, community is the big part of it, you know, building good relationships, you know, learning from all mistakes, and, you know, eventually putting like our slogan is make shit happen. So we just, whatever is being thrown out to us, like we just try to make shit happen, and that's pretty much it.
I love
and
that.
Enjoy the process. Yeah.
Gary Vee has a line that says, "Don't overthink shit, just do it." And I love that too. Right?
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming on the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
Great to get to know you. You're an impressive dude.
Thanks, man.
You've got a very good Instagram.
Thank you.
I love the photography. I love what you're doing. Keep it up. And great to get to know you, man.
This is a great podcast. Like, it's my first podcast ever, and I'm so grateful to be here and talk to you guys and learn from a lot of stuff from you too. So yeah, thanks for trusting me being in your show.
Did you have fun?
Huh?
Did you have fun?
I had so much fun.
Okay,
and thanks for the beer.
Of course. Where can people find you if they need some creative work done or they want to check out your Instagram?
Okay, yeah. You can find me in my Instagram, Wil Yuarata. It's WILYUARATA. And then Blrrd Creativ, BLRRD. It's like spelled really different.
I like
and then
it.
Creative is like CREATIV. There's no E in the end. So yeah, it's. And then we have our website, blrrdcreativ.com. So yeah.
Beautiful. Thanks for listening, guys. As always, hit me up on Instagram if you have any questions, comments. Love to hear from you. Denny.Dumas. Later.